Hi everyone, welcome back. Uh, uh, let first introduce myself. My name is Rishabh Darve and I'm student of Function of School of Technology. I'm in the second semester of my college, and in the second semester we are learning React. Till now, I have completed a tech stack such as HTML, CSS, JavaScript up to intermediate level. Also, we have started with Java programming language, where we have learned basics of Java and doing lead code problems and solving DSA problems on the lead code platform using Java language. Now, in the second semester, we are learning React. So today here I am going to create a React page in which you can see the React page will be having like these functionalities. So let's first understand why we are studying React and why we are using a React framework. So basically in a React, what you gonna do is simply add more functionality to your websites and to make it more interactive, and by implementing all the three stacks, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript in a single language using React. So today we are going to create a React page which will be consisting of 5 introductions of students having the demo image of them. Also the name and their age and the course will be the part of those introduction. So in such a way we are going to create a React app, and those all should be in a structured way that user can easily able to understand what this page is all about. So let's come to our VS Code. So to create the install React, or you want to start with React, what you want to do is you have to simply open your terminal. Then you have to enter the command npx create React app and the name of the file which you are going to do. It must be in the small case, so all the character which you're using in the file name must be small page. So currently I'm creating the React page. So this will be my syntax. So I have already created my React page. So after this command, your React page will be created. Then you have to again do the cd command, which means change directory, in which the Visual Studio Code can understand that you have changed your directory and move to the file which you have created. So cd React page will change your directly. Then you have to simply run the npm start. So npm start will start your React page on the localhost. Now coming to my React page which we have created. So this will be the outline of the folders that will be created automatically, such as src public and different other app.cs, app.js folders will be created. Now to create the React page which we have already shown to you, this one, to create that you have to, under the src folder, you have to create a folder with the name component. So you will create the component folder. Then under the component folder, you are going to create a file as introduction.jsx. Under the introduction.js, what you will clearly gonna do is by writing 3 characters RFC, outline or the basic structure of React will be given to you. After that, you have to move to the app.js file which have been created in your React page. So you will swipe all those things, or you will clear all those data already available to in the app.js. Now you will see the simple, you will get the basic structure using the RFC code. Now to start with the React page, what you're simply gonna do, you will get your function app and your return value. These 2 3 commands will be shown to you. Now to create the React page, you simply, what we're gonna do, we are going to use the props. So in React, props are properties to access data from a parent child to a parent component to a child component. So in this way, you easily gonna pass data, and by the help of destructuring, you simply access those values using props. So why we have created the introduction.jsx file. So in this file, what we're gonna do, we will create a basic structure how the one of the introduction of our page should look like. So the structure will be having this syntax that the firstly, the image of the person should be visible, then the name of the person in a bold, and the age and the course structure. To make this for one of the introduction card, you simply gonna use the under the div. What you simply gonna do, you're going to create a div. Then you are going to give the name of the div. So to give name in the React, you simply gonna use the class name, not as class in JavaScript. So you have to use the class name. Then with the help of D structure, you are going to assign the name of your class. So one thing to notice here that we are using style.container as the class name. So in React, if you want to implement or add styling CSS to your React page, you simply have to add another CSS folder. And to create CSS folder for the JXX file, one mandatory thing should be mentioned that while creating the CSS file, you have to simply give the name of your JSX file with the uh, continuation with the .module.css, which is a code extension that is being followed by everyone. So if you want, you can follow that. Now we will later on discuss what we are going to style with our web page. So it should look like in this format. So coming back to our introduction.jsx file. So these three commands have already been given to you by using the RFC code, import React and return function introduction, and parameters will be empty. So you're gonna pass the props, which I have already discussed in you. What is props? So props are short for properties in React to access data from parent to child component. So what are components which you're talking about? So components in React are simply functions. So whatever components you create, you're gonna use them in your app.js, you're gonna call them. So this was all about components which you are creating. So to make a structural format for your React page, one more thing to mention here, that one or more elements cannot be returned to the React page. So to avoid that, you simply have to use the fragments, what we are calling fragments as this one. So the empty brackets are called fragments here. So currently we are wrapping all of our HTML elements inside the div tag, so it is not causing an error. So whenever you have to return different HTML elements inside the React page, you simply have to use the fragments, and under the fragments you have to simply pass all your HTML elements so they don't cause an error to your code. Now, to make a basic structure, what we're going to do, we have started with a div and given the class name, and the class name should containing the style.container. So I've given the name of my main div as container, and by accessing the CSS value over my container is with the help of style.container, and this style is being imported from the introduction.module CSS which we have created. Now the main div has been created. So main div is containing the image, the name of the person, the introduction, and the age and the course. Talking about the image, so we will start with the image tag img, then src is the source where the image is being located. So we are creating this React page with the help of props. So props we are taking from the app.js file and we are passing inside the introduction component. So these props will be called off when this basic introduction will be called in the React page, and we are providing the, in the D structure format, we usually provide the props in React. So props.url, and it is accessing this URL in the app.js, which will provide for each of the introduction which we have given. Now, we have given the alternative text if this image will not be visible to the user, also width and height. So we have adjusted and we have make few changes with the height and width of the image that was originally available to us, and given the class name of this image as well. So to add more functionality to the image and to make it more suitable to our page. Now, after that, I have told you that we also have to give the name of the person. So here you can see the name of the person is being visible under the image of that person. So we have also not passed the hard code value every time. So this name will be called off by using the props in React, and this we have passed in the app.js. By using the h1 tag, we have given the name. Now coming on to age, we also have to introduce the person's age. To pass the age, we have what we have done with the use of paragraph tag, and paragraph tag is containing the person's age under the name, and it is also accessing by using the help of props. So parent component, we have passed the values inside the app.js, and this is accessing with the help of props in React, and props.age is the parameter, or we can say the property is being accessed, and we have passed the age for each of the person. Then the course under the paragraph tag is simply the main div has been closed. So This was the basic component which will render when our page will read renders, and export default. So the last statement which have been shown to you, export default. So whenever you create a component in React, there is a function, there is a prerequisite, or there is a used command line that you have to export that file whenever you are going to use that. To use that, we have to use this introduction.jsx, we have given the command as export default. And coming on to the app.js, which I have told you to clear all the things that are being available to you when you will create your React page, and by the rfc command, 3 characters, you will get the basic prompt for the page, which will consist of import React and function app will be, which will be the basic for this. Now, coming on to, we have created the basic uh, card for the introduction. Now, to pass 5 values, or to pass 5 introductions to that React page which we have created, what we will simply do, we will simply return those inside the empty fragment. And empty fragment, well, as I have already talked about this, because we can't return different HTML elements, they don't allow you, and to make our code more optimized, we simply use the empty fragments. And under the main div, I have created the 5 introduction which we have created here. So I have called the introduction 5 times, and the props which we have passed there, we have passed their values. So you can see here we have passed the props as name and age and course. So in this way, the props, when we will call this introduction component which we have created, so app.js will ask for the properties from the parent child. So we have passed as the name as Amit, and age at 18, and course BTech, and URL which we have given in the destructure format. So in this way, 5 times the introduction has been called, and all the properties for those introduction component is being given here. So we have just given the 5 details, details of 5 person there, and after that the main div has been closed and the fragment has been closed. Now, export default app is also necessary, so the page can render. So let's start our terminal and to check whether it's working or not. So to check whether your page is working or not, you simply have to do the cd command, change directory, then you have to write the React page name of your file, then npm start. So in this way, this page has been rendered, and what we have talked about, that the image of the person, what we in the starting talking about, and the name and age and the course. Talking about the CSS file which we have created. So in the CSS file, what we have done, we have simply passed the universal, in the starting we have passed the universal styling as margin, and padding should be 0, and box sizing as border box. Also, the main element HTML body should cover the whole entire page, as height will be 100%, width will be 100%. So the class which we have created, dot container. So what we want, we simply want margin right. So each of those box or the introduction should take few spacing from the right side. So we have passed margin right as 10 rem relatively, and margin top 3 rem. So you can see the spacing here. So this was all the CSS part. So this was the page we are going to create, and we have implemented all the functionality to create that page. So that's all for this video. Have a great day.